document, and I glanced at the clock and realized it was time to call it a day. I quickly rushed to the pantry to wash my lipstick-smudged teacup, and just as fast came back and stuffed my belongings in my purse. This was a normal routine that I followed at the end of every working day, and today was no different, or so I thought. Within minutes, I was outside of the office, hailing for a cab, secretly despising myself for not driving my own car. A yellow striped cab stopped a little away from where I was standing, and I stomped my feet towards it and got into the back seat. "I'll cast me up, please," I murmured without raising my head. As I was so engrossed on surfing on the internet in my mobile phone, glaring at the Facebook page, trying to find something fancy to like or comment on. Meanwhile, the cab, like a snake, went through the traffic congested roads, making a strange sound. It felt weird until I could take that sound no longer. And I called at the cab driver and said, "Cabby, what is this strange noise?" No response. The sound continued. This time I tapped on the shoulder of the cab driver and asked, "Cabby, what is this strange noise?" Lo and behold, he turned his head a full 180 degrees. At first, I could not believe my eyes. But when I looked more closely, I saw his hollow face, his eyes as black as coal, and the skin on his cheeks drooping at the sides. He looked ghastly. Was he even human? I was scared, too scared to scream, and I pushed at the doors, but the doors were locked. "Help!" I finally screamed, and the cab suddenly stopped, and the doors unlocked, and I ran as fast as I could. I ran and ran, and then stopped, trying to catch my breath as I was panting heavily. The wind swept by on my cheeks and made that same strange noise. There was a lump in my throat, and I was feeling thirsty. In pitch darkness, I saw a small light, and I sprinted towards it. Amused, I saw a small grocery shop and went inside and grabbed a water bottle and a bag of chips from the other side. There was no one in the shop, so I came out and started gulping the water. But I spat it out immediately. You know why? It tasted funny. It was warm and metallic, and when I saw my spit, there were red blotches on the ground. Blood! Ooh! I felt queer and queasy and grabbed my stomach. Oh my God, I threw myself on the ground. I lay there for quite some time. When I felt a hand on my head, and I looked around, and I saw a little boy and a little girl smiling at me. Their smiles brought hope into my heart, and I asked them nervously, "Children, where am I? Do you know where my home is?" They said nothing, but they pointed their fingers on the other side. Confused and tired, I decided to ignore them. But they tugged at my clothes. So they kept on tugging, and I felt as if they were asking me to follow them. I followed them quietly until I I reached somewhere in the middle of a deserted land. There, in the middle of that land, stood a tall building. The green panes were covered with dust, and the white walls seemingly dumb and dull. What is this? This is not my home, I thought. But we went up and up and up the stairs. The children and I, of course. And I found everything looking familiar again. Wow, this is my home. Had it become so old that I didn't even notice it earlier? I went and grabbed the chips to give them to the children, but they disappeared. Were they ghosts? I don't even know. But there in front I saw my flat 403 boldly written. I turned the knob and felt someone grabbing at me from behind, a heavy hand on my neck. I fell to the ground. Minutes later, I got up, sweat beads on my face. I looked aside and saw my husband fast asleep. I scrunched on my bed and grabbed my face with both my hands and thought to myself, oh Lord, it was only a dream.